If you're designing a board game and wondering how the heck you're supposed to find the right artist to bring it to life visually, you're not alone. Art is one of the most exciting parts of the creative process, but let's be honest, it's also one of the most confusing and most expensive. In this video, we're gonna walk through everything you need to know, from where to find artists, what to budget, when to hire, and how to avoid drama. Yes, we're going to address AI. And if you stick around to the end, I'll give you a free audio copy of our book, Crowdfunded. Crowdfunded is the ultimate guide on how to bring your campaign to life. It covers steps on how to attract backers, how to manage them, and how to have that successful day one launch. Okay, let's start with the basics. What does an artist do for your game? Art is not just decoration, it's the first impression. It tells players what kind of experience they're stepping into, and it's different than the design work you'll do. Think of it like this: the art builds the world, and the design makes you able to navigate that world. Some freelancers might do both, but when it comes to this stuff, most people specialize. So make sure you know which you're hiring and what you're going to be asking of them. Okay, so where do you even find these magical art wizards? You've probably seen a ton of beautiful games that you admire. There's a few different ways you can go about this. There's freelance marketplaces like Upwork and Fiverr, though people have some mixed reviews on those. One strategy is to look at games that you love. Check credits on BGG or Kickstarter. And there's portfolio sites like ArtStation and DeviantArt. Look for hashtags on social media like #PortfolioDay or #BoardGameArt. Or go to the source in person. Conventions like Gen Con, PAX, or Origins, you can often meet artists directly or speak to other board game creators and ask them directly who did the art for their game. Before you reach out, you definitely want to have your game's vision. Any kind of visual reference or mood board so that the artist can get a good idea of what you're looking for. Preferences like color palettes, logos, fonts that you want used. Prototypes or mock-ups of your game that you have so far. The more prepared you are, the more confident that they'll feel, and the better you'll be able to identify who can actually help you bring your vision to life. So let's talk money. Art can get a little pricey, and rightfully so. Sometimes you can pay for things a la carte, like getting an icon or a token or a specific card for $100 a piece. But some artists will charge hourly, and some will charge a flat rate, and it can range a lot. If your game is some simple cards with very simple illustrations on each one, you might be able to spend less than $1,000. But there are games like Good Knock, where they spent over $100,000 on art because they felt like it was a cornerstone of their game. If you want more of a breakdown on costs, we actually did a video on not just the art part, but the whole journey of what it costs to bring a board game to life. You can find that below. But when it comes to your art, make sure you get everything in writing. That includes the initial rate, but also what it might cost for additional revisions and feedback, timelines, deadlines, and who retains the rights to the art once it's in your hands. So when do you hire an artist? Timing matters a lot. Don't hire yet if you're still in the playtesting stage. That means if you're changing mechanics or you don't have a component list yet, you're not ready to hire an artist. Your game needs to be in its final form before you make that hire. Start reaching out when your gameplay is locked, your asset list is done, and your timeline is confirmed. Just because you shouldn't hire if you're still playtesting doesn't mean that you shouldn't start planning or looking. Good artists might book up fast, so having a short list of who you're interested in might save you a headache later. That way you're planning ahead, reducing stress, and know who to reach out to when you are at the right stage. So look for an artist early. Hire an artist when you're actually ready. So how do you know if an artist is really the right fit for you? Just think about walking around a board game convention. There are thousands of different visual styles, from hyper-realistic to cartoony and everything in between. How do you know which style is right for your game? First, see if their style matches your vision. What were you first imagining when you were first dreaming up the game? Can they meet your timeline? This is a logistical question that matters. Your dream artist might be booked out for 2 or 3 years, and that's just not gonna work for you. Are they within your budget? Like I mentioned before, there are some games like Good Knock that spent over $100,000 on art, and that might be you, or that might not be in the cards for you. Finding an artist that fits in your budget is super important, because remember, there are other costs when it comes to bringing a game to life, like manufacturing, fulfillment, marketing. You want to make sure that you're not overspending on art or underspending if you're getting art that doesn't match your vision. Are they communicative and organized? Though you're hiring them to do the art, it's a collaborative process, and you're going to want to find somebody who stays in communication with you, takes feedback well, and has quick and professional responses. Okay, now let's touch on AI-generated art. The first thing to keep in mind is that Kickstarter and GameFound, which are two of the biggest crowdfunding platforms for launching your game, require AI disclosure. That means you are announcing to your backers, hey, I used AI art. And whether you agree with that or not, many players oppose it, which means you're opening your campaign up to backlash before it's even funded. And if you want to do some AI and some not, you might want to think again. A lot of artists really believe in the integrity of their craft, and they don't want to work on projects that are partially AI, and some will downright refuse. If you're launching in the category of games, this is a community that seems to really value human-generated art and respecting the craft of artistry. But I can't tell you what to do. So if you are gonna use AI, my recommendation is to be transparent. People don't wanna be lied to, and that's fair enough. You legally have to disclose on the platforms, and it's probably best to be super upfront overall. The worst thing would be trying to pass AI off as human-generated art and getting caught for it later. Don't be a dick. So what if you're not sure about style or how to find what might look right for your game? Start by looking up really big names in board game art and see what stands out to you. Studying their work is gonna help you brief your own artists. There are people like Miguel Coimbra and Michael Menzel. As you move forward in your board game journey, remember that art isn't just about making your game look good. It's about building a world and inviting people into it. And I'm super curious where you are in this process. How are you gonna navigate finding an artist for your game? Let me know below and let me know your questions. Maybe I can bug some of my friends here at LaunchBoom and have them answer your questions. And as promised, I linked that audio version of Crowdfunded below so that you can get expert advice on all the other parts of your crowdfunding journey. It's packed with advice, examples from other campaigns, and step-by-step guidance. And remember to like and subscribe for even more crowdfunding advice on bringing your game to life.